Did you know 5 simple exercises can fix almost every mobility problem you're dealing with? So let's jump right in with our first exercise, hip airplanes. You've probably never heard of this movement before, but physical therapists quietly rank it as one of the most powerful exercises for hip mobility and stability you can do. If you've got tight hips, lower back pain, or you feel like your body just doesn't bend the way it used to, this one exercise targets all of it at once. And the best part, you don't need a single piece of equipment to do it at home. Here's how it works. Stand on one leg with a slight bend in your knee, hinge forward at the hips and extend your other leg straight behind you until your body forms a T shape. Now, while holding that position, rotate your hips open toward the ceiling, then close them back down toward the floor. Keep your standing legs stable and your core tight the entire time. Aim for 5 to 8 rotations per side to start, then gradually work up to 10 to 12 as you get stronger. Don't let the simplicity fool you. If you've never done this before, your balance will be tested and your hip will be moving in directions it probably hasn't moved in years. Start near a wall or chair until you build that stability up. What makes hip airplanes so effective is that they force your hip joint through its full range of motion while demanding balance and core control at the same time. Most people only ever move their hips forward and backward, walking, sitting, standing. But your hip is a ball and socket joint built to rotate in multiple directions. When you never use those rotational pathways, the joint stiffens up and your body starts compensating by dumping that stress onto your lower back instead. That's the hidden reason so many people with tight hips also wake up with chronic lower back pain. Do hip airplanes consistently for a few weeks, and you'll start noticing real changes. Bending over gets easier, walking feels smoother, that nagging tightness in your lower back begins to fade. Your body is simply remembering how it was designed to move. But opening up the hips is only part of the equation. What comes next hits 3 major problem areas at the same time. And most people have never thought to combine them into a single movement. The deep squat hold with arm reach takes the traditional resting squat and layers in an upper body rotation that simultaneously opens your thoracic spine and shoulders. Hips, ankles, and upper back, all in one movement. These are 3 areas that almost nobody addresses together in a stretching routine. And that's exactly why so many people stay stuck feeling stiff no matter how much they stretch. Here's how to do it. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly outward. Slowly lower yourself into a deep squat, keeping your heels flat on the ground and your chest as upright as you can manage. If you can't get all the way down yet, go as low as your body allows without losing form. Once you're in the bottom position, place one hand on the ground for support. Take your other arm and reach it up toward the ceiling, rotating your upper back and following your hand with your eyes. Hold that rotation for a breath, bring the arm back down, and switch sides. Do about 5 reaches per side. If balance is a struggle, hold on to a countertop or door frame. And if getting into the squat at all is a challenge, try elevating your heels slightly on a folded towel or small plate. It takes pressure off the ankles and makes the position much more accessible. After just a couple of minutes in this position, you'll feel your hips, ankles, and upper back start to open up in a way most stretches never reach. And that sets you up perfectly for number 3, a stretch that looks simple but goes incredibly deep, the couch stretch. At first glance, it might seem like a basic lunge, but don't be fooled. This movement delivers one of the deepest and most effective stretches for your hip flexors and quadriceps that exists. And for anyone who sits for long hours, this is non-negotiable. Here's why it matters so much. Your hip flexors attach directly to your lower spine. When they get chronically shortened from sitting, they pull your pelvis forward and create that excessive arch in the lower back that leads to persistent pain. The couch stretch doesn't just release that tightness, it helps restore your pelvis back to its natural position, taking pressure off the spine and allowing you to stand and walk with real posture again. To do it, find a couch, wall, or sturdy chair. Get into a lunge with your back knee on the ground and the top of your back foot pressed against the surface behind you. Front foot flat, front knee at roughly 90 degrees. Now here's where most people go wrong. They let their lower back arch and their hips tip forward. Instead, tuck your tailbone under and squeeze the glute on your back leg. You should feel an intense stretch in the front of that hip and quad. Think of a string pulling you upward from the crown of your head to keep your spine tall. Hold for 30 to 60 seconds per side, breathing slowly and letting the muscle release with each exhale. As your flexibility improves, you can increase the intensity by bringing your torso more upright or gently pressing your hips forward into the stretch. Now that the hip flexors are taken care of, it's time to address an area most mobility routines completely ignore. And when it's locked up, it silently causes pain in your neck and lower back at the same time. Thoracic spine open books target the section of your back sitting between your neck and lower back. This area is designed to rotate freely, but modern life, hours hunched over phones and screens, locks it down. And when your thoracic spine can't rotate, your body compensates by over-rotating at the lower back and neck instead. That compensation is what causes pain in both places. Beyond pain relief, restoring thoracic rotation has real-world payoffs. If you've ever tried to check your blind spot while driving and felt like your entire body had to turn with you, this movement is exactly what you're missing. It also transfers directly into sports, golf, tennis, pickleball, making your swing feel freer and more powerful. To do it, lie on your side with your knees bent at 90 degrees and stacked on top of each other. Extend both arms straight out in front of you, palms together. Slowly lift your top arm and rotate it open, following your hand with your eyes as your arm travels in an arc toward the floor behind you. Keep your knees pressed together and stacked the whole time. The goal is to get your top shoulder blade to touch the floor while your knees stay completely still. Hold for a breath or two, then bring the arm back. Aim for 8 to 10 reps per side. If your knees keep separating, place a pillow between them to maintain that stable base. And move slowly. Rushing kills the effectiveness of this exercise. If you feel it mostly in your lower back, you're letting your hips roll open too much. Keep those knees stacked and focus the rotation into your mid-back only. Now for the final exercise, and this one targets something most people have completely given up on without even realizing it. 90-90 hip switches go after internal and external hip rotation, two of the most commonly restricted ranges of motion in the body. Poor rotation from years of sitting in chairs creates compensations that ripple through your entire body. This exercise restores that rotation and makes moving on the ground feel natural again, which matters more than most people think because the ability to get up and down from the floor freely is one of the strongest predictors of how well you'll move as you age. Start by sitting on the floor with one leg in front of you and one behind, both bent at 90-degree angles. Your front shin should be roughly parallel to your body, your back shin roughly perpendicular. This is the 90-90 position. For a lot of people, just getting into this position is already a stretch. And that tells you everything you need to know about how restricted your hips have become. Sit up tall, chest lifted. If you can't keep your spine straight, sit on a yoga block or cushion to elevate your hips slightly. Hold for a few breaths and feel both hips working. Now here's the switch. Lift your knees slightly off the ground and rotate both legs in the opposite direction, landing in a mirrored 90-90 with the other leg in front. Keep your torso facing forward the whole time. Then switch back. That's one rep. Avoid pushing yourself over with your hands. The goal is to use your hip muscles to control the rotation. As you get more mobile, try holding each position for a few breaths before switching. Add a forward fold over your front shin to deepen the stretch, or challenge yourself by doing the switches without letting your hands touch the ground at all. Now here's how to put it all together into a routine you can actually do every single day. Start with hip airplanes. 2 sets of 8 reps per side, holding something for balance until you're ready to go freestanding. Then move into the deep squat hold with arm reach. 2 sets of 5 reaches per side while staying in the squat. Follow that with the couch stretch. 2 rounds of 30 to 60 seconds per side. Then thoracic spine open books. 2 sets of 10 reps per side. Finish with 90/90 hip switches. 2 sets of 8 switches. Take your time with each movement and breathe through it. This isn't about breaking a sweat. The whole routine takes 15 to 20 minutes and covers the 3 areas responsible for the vast majority of stiffness and pain people deal with: hips, lower back, and upper back. Do this daily or at minimum 4 to 5 times a week, And within a few weeks, you'll feel the difference. Looser, lighter, moving the way your body was always meant to move. The exercises work, but only if you actually show up and do them.